Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are tearing into the BMW M1000R, a bike that's just built on contradictions. I mean, on one hand, reviewers call it a masterclass in engineering, but on the other, you have owners calling its build quality trash. So which is it? Is it a perfectly honed weapon, or is it a seriously flawed machine?
So right off the bat, this is the warning label that comes with one of the most extreme bikes on the planet. And look, this isn't just some marketing fluff, it's a real heads up. This is not the bike you take for a casual Sunday cruise. Nope, this is a purpose-built thrill machine, and it demands every bit of your attention.
Well, BMW's legendary M division, they went ahead and answered that exact question. They took their world-class S1000RR Superbike, and they completely reimagined it for the street. And what they created is a machine that's celebrated for its insane power, but also gets a lot of heat for its harsh realities. So let's unpack what that really means.
The idea was pretty simple, and honestly, a little wild. Take the track-focused S1000R, rip off all the aerodynamic plastics, and swap the low clip-on handlebars for a wide, upright one. What you get is a motorcycle in a class they call hyper-naked.
But, when you cram this much performance into a roadster, you're making a deal. You get all of the Superbike power without the back-breaking riding position, sure, but you also expose yourself to the brutal, face-peeling reality of 170+ mile-per-hour wind blast.
All right, first up, let's just talk numbers, because honestly, they are staggering. This is an absolute onslaught of performance, straight out of the M Division's playbook.
Get this, 205 horsepower. And just to put that into perspective, that's a whole 45 horsepower more than the standard S1000R, which is already an incredibly fast motorcycle. We're talking power levels that were strictly for world superbikes just a few years ago.
And how does it make all that power? By revving to a crazy 14,600 RPM. This engine is an absolute screamer. I mean, let's be real for a second. Redlining this thing in any gear past first would probably land you in jail on any public road.
So you add it all up and you get a claimed top speed of 174 miles per hour with absolutely nothing to hide behind. The performance is it's undisputed. So the real question is, how on earth does BMW make this thing even remotely usable?
Okay, so a huge piece of the puzzle here is BMW's shift cam technology. It's basically a clever variable valve timing system that lets the engine be two things at once. It can be relatively calm and easy to handle in the city, but then it transforms into an absolute monster when you really let it rip.
And make no mistake, that M badge, it is not just a sticker. It means you're getting a whole suite of high-performance parts straight from BMW's racing department. We're talking aero winglets for downforce, top-of-the-line M brakes, lightweight wheels, a full titanium exhaust. This is where you see that whole engineering masterpiece idea in action.
Okay, so the bike sounds perfect on paper, right? But for all that engineering praise and those incredible specs, there's a whole other side to this story, and it comes from the people who have to live with this bike every single day.
See, when you design a bike this focused on the track, there are real consequences for, just using it. And to understand that, we looked at a review from an owner named Santo. After a year with the bike, he did not hold back.
I mean, wow, that is a shocking thing to hear about a premium bike from a brand like BMW. He talks about how the carbon fiber bits and some of the plastics feel fragile, how they wobble if you touch them. Definitely not something you'd expect on a bike that costs this much.
And it doesn't stop there. He also points out these terrible vibrations right in the mid-range that are bad enough to make his hands go numb on any ride longer than an hour. And look, this isn't just one guy's opinion. Professional reviews from major outlets are saying some of the same things. And this table, man, it just perfectly sums up the whole conflict with this bike. On one side, it's a masterclass in engineering with incredible tech and premium appeal. But on the other side, reviewers are pointing out things like cheat-looking fasteners on the winglets, mirrors that just vibrate into a useless blur, and a suspension that's just way too harsh for real-world bumpy roads.
Right, and when you see the price tag, all those little issues, they suddenly feel a lot bigger. The test bike from Bennett, with that must-have M competition package, was over £28,000. For that kind of cash, you're expecting something close to perfection, not wobbly parts and a ride that rattles your fillings out.
But there's one option. One single feature that almost everyone agrees completely transforms the bike and might just be worth the steep price of admission: the M carbon wheels.
So these carbon wheels, they come with the M competition package, and they shave off 1.6 kilograms. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but you gotta understand, this isn't just any weight, it's unsprung rotating mass.
Saving weight here is a huge deal. It means everything. Turning, accelerating, braking, it's just way easier for the bike to do.
Just listen to what the reviewer from Australian Motorcycle News said. He called them a game changer. He said it felt like the bike didn't even want to go straight. It just wanted to turn. That feeling, that incredible agility, that's really at the heart of the M1000R experience if you tick that very expensive option box.
So, where does that leave us? Is this thing a flawed machine, or is it a focused weapon? Well, the answer seems to be, it's both. And it really just depends on who's asking the question.
Let's be clear, the M1000R is not your do-everything motorcycle. It is an uncompromising machine built for a very specific type of rider. We're talking experienced riders looking for a serious thrill, track day junkies who want a weapon they can ride home, and weekend warriors who are all about the ride, not the commute.
And here's the key takeaway, the thing you really got to get about this bike. What one person calls a flaw, the target audience calls a feature. That harsh suspension? That's not a bug, that's maximum feedback from the road. That aggressive, vibrating engine? That's not a comfort issue, that is the entire point of the experience.
And that, right there, is the big question the M1000R asks you. It offers one of the most intense, raw, and thrilling rides you can possibly buy today. But in return, it demands a lot. From your wallet, from your body, and from your willingness to accept its compromises. It's an absolute engineering masterpiece, but only if you're willing to believe its flaws are part of the art.